Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're already subscribed and if you're new here, thank you for checking out this video. Please do consider liking, please do consider subscribing, and consider sharing if you find this video of benefit. I try to post regular content, but the universe interferes every now and then. Now, having said that, I had a very strong urge to come on here today. Today I'm going to be doing mainly a tarot reading. Now, I'm not going to be using an oracle deck in today's reading, but I will be using one of the tarot decks as an oracle guiding deck into your reading. And we will be leaving it somewhat open, mostly message from the universe for you right now. There's something I would like to mention. It's about the portal that we just passed through. I believe it's closing. If you believe in this stuff, that's wonderful. If you don't believe in it, that's also wonderful and just fine. I was mentioning this portal, which was a 369 portal, talked about in many of the spiritual communities, not just by me. And it coincided with the full moon that we just passed through, which was quite significant. If you're an energy worker, if you belong to the segment of the population that is in tune with energy, that knows how to decipher subtle energy, that considers itself spiritual, or they developed some sort of spiritual connection over the past few years, then you would have sensed the turbulence in energy around this full moon, and probably still the energy hasn't necessarily settled. 369 is an interesting number for me personally, because one of the earliest downloads I had was regarding that sequence of numbers, but mostly 333. Nikola Tesla spoke of these numbers, 369. A lot of people who are spiritual see these numbers in synchronicities or patterns. They are known as the Tesla numbers. Why am I talking about all this? Why don't I just shut up and get into the tarot reading? Well, because this is one of the things I'm urged or nudged to talk to you about right now. When the full moon happened, I can't remember what the date was. I'm not a big social media person. I actually just removed myself completely from Twitter. Thank you. It was a big step, and my guides are very proud of me. But I remain on Facebook, very slightly active. I try not to post too much outside of my own content. But I posted something about this moon. It was a full moon, because a lot of people were manifesting. Those who are in tune with the universe understand that this is high, ripe time to manifest or bring on the life that you want. Well, didn't my post evolve into a shit show? I was called a witch once again. Not that I don't even know what a witch is, by the way. If any of you know what a witch is, please fill me in the comments. Because the way I see it, and I believe I did a live stream about this in one of my other channels, because it's not the first time that someone not only accused me of being a witch, but it was sort of berating, it was sort of hate-filled, and it was sort of projecting of something that I don't know what that something is. But definitely there is this segment of the population that does believe in witchcraft, in voodoo, in evil. I'm not one of those people, and I come from a part of the world that is very backwards in thinking, and actually witches are still persecuted and killed in my part of the world. But it quickly devolved my post into accusations of me being a witch and mockery. And like I said, that's not the first time. One of the earliest times I was accused of being a witch was by a prominent person in my province who happens to be a professor of psychology and who ran for political council in the city that I live in. So I would like to address this, and I'm sorry for the rant and the little bit of the sidetracking outside of the tarot reading. To me, a witch is an enlightened woman. To me, a witch is a term that has been used by mostly male figures throughout history. Those male figures had issues with women. There is an element of misogyny in here. And it was the basis of things like the Salem witch hunts, which were part of history in the West, where women, without really much of any trial or evidence, were burnt at the stake under the accusations of being witches. So I do take that historical aspect of being labeled a witch quite seriously. Not sure why other people don't. And this was done in the name of religion, and it was done under religion and by men of the church. It was sort of, I guess, a witch hunt, if you may. But I would like to ask a question. When was the last trial of a witch that happened in the 20th or the 21st century that you know of in the West, where a woman was accused of being a witch and there was sufficient evidence provided to the courts and lawyers were involved and she was tried and sentenced, I guess, as a witch? If you know of any, please, I'd like to read about it. So if you have that information, feel free to leave it in the comment section. But as far as I know, there is no such thing as a witch. As far as I know, the term witch is just another way of silencing and belittling and dismissing women who are awake, connected to consciousness, connected to the universe, who perhaps have a different way, who perhaps have a different message than the mainstream message of religion. Those who have been awakened and those who are not afraid to spread the light, to spread the knowledge, and to be a vessel for consciousness to operate through us in this earthly realm. Just another way to silence us. That's my little rant that I wanted to share with you. If you believe in witches, then what is a shaman? What is a shaman? What is an elder leader who is native or Indian? Are they also witches? Do you make fun of them and mock them too? Is this the proper way to make fun of, to mock, and to accuse anyone who thinks different, who behaves different, who has different knowledge or talents? It is really important right now, as we are transitioning as a species, and we are transitioning in our level of consciousness. A lot of us are gaining consciousness. It is really important to begin to examine your thoughts, your beliefs, and the stories that you have been told, that you have been raised with, that you think are yours, and that you continue to tell yourself. Perhaps I should use the term we so that people don't feel like I'm being accusational. I'm not trying to single anyone out, but the projection from others that I saw under that post, I realized that people are unable to examine their beliefs critically. We are too attached to our beliefs. And some of these beliefs don't even fit in this current century that we live in. But because they're the only thing we grew up with, they're the only thing we knew, we're unable to examine them critically. They must be true. They have to be true. How could they not be true? No, you're a liar. No, you're a witch. The way I like comparing it is to a little toddler holding on to their toy that they don't want to let go of for any reason, whatever the reason being. And you try to talk to this toddler and explain to them that they need to put that toy down and look at it. Let's say the toy is filled with mold. The toy can actually harm this child. But because they are so stuck in their way, they refuse. They refuse. They want their way and only their way. I want my toy, even if it's to my own detriment. Look at this behavior, and is that logical? It's the same with your thoughts, it's the same with your beliefs, and it's the same with the stories that you tell yourself. They are not you. You are the awareness behind that energy, because that's exactly what thoughts and beliefs are. They are energy. Learn to look at your belief, learn to look at your thought and unfuse your identity from it. Learn to look at it critically. Is this belief serving me right now? Is this belief true? Is this belief mine? Is this belief worth me behaving like an absolute lunatic on social media or in public or in person or in private and attacking other human beings over because I can't let go of this belief? That's it. That's my message before, or my little rant before we get into the tarot reading. So the tarot reading is a message from the universe for you, probably for the month of July, because this is the big month of manifest. Actually, it's June 21st is when the manifestations are supposed to come in. All this turbulent energy, all this anxiety that people have been feeling, which essentially signifies whatever it is that you've been trying to manifest, sort of playing energetically with your field, because it's about to arrive. And are you going to let it in? So the message from the universe for you today. What I'm going to be using as a oracle guide is this beautiful, I'm so proud of this deck, I can't even begin to tell you. And thank you to the person who encouraged me to get this deck. I connected with it so strongly when it arrived, I can't even begin to tell you. It is by Pamela Chen. And this is what I'm going to be using for guide to take you into your readings. And your readings today are going to be done, of course, with my favorite Lightseers Tarot, but I'm also going to be using the Dark Mansion Tarot deck. So now that I have bragged about my beautiful tarot decks and ranted, let's get into your reading. All right, so I'm going to pick 3 cards from the Wisdom of the Owl tarot deck for group 1, group 2, and group 3 to lead us into their readings. Message from the universe that you need to hear right now regarding later this month, as well as the month of July. Feel free to breathe with me. Can I get 3 cards, please? Group 1, Group 2, and Group 3 message from the universe for the remainder of this month as well as next. So the first card that came out for group number 1, oh dear, Death. It's not a bad card. Don't worry. You can choose death. So that's for you, group number 1. Take a look at the image. If you connect with it in any shape or form, this is your card. All right. Let's pick a card for group number 2. Message from the universe for group number 2. Message from the universe for group number 2. Oh wow, this just flipped. Knight of Pentacles. Group number 2. If you connect with this card in any shape or form, then this is you. Group number 2. Knight of Pentacles. All right. Let us get a card, final card for group number 3, please. Message from the universe for group number 3. Can I get a final card? Wow, that just sort of... Knight of Swords. If you connect with this card, Knight of Swords, then this is you. Group number 3. All right. So I am going to put this beautiful, beautiful tarot deck away. And as always, you're going to find the timestamps in the description. Check the description and click on the timestamp that you've chosen, which represents the card that you belong to or the group that you belong to. You can be pulled or drawn to more than one card. That is absolutely fine. You can be drawn to all of them. Try not to engage thoughts. Try to follow your intuition, your gut instinct right now. And if you're drawn to more than one card, you can assign different aspects of your life or different issues to each card. So I'll be seeing you at your reading. Hello, group number 1. If you chose this card, which is a major arcana card, Death, welcome to your reading. I'm going to leave this card, put it aside, probably read it at the end, and I'm actually going to use this beautiful guidebook that came with the tarot deck to read your card for you, even though I do know what the significance is, but I'm using it as an oracle card, and I try to stay true to the meanings of oracle cards. Okay, so I'm using 2 tarot decks today. We're using the Dark Mansion as well as my favorite, which I always love, the Light Seers Tarot. So let's see, from the Dark Mansion, let's pull some cards for you from the Dark Mansion. Okay, let me get my glasses on. 5 of Swords. Let's get some more cards for you, group number 1, for clarity. Okay. Knight of Swords. I wonder if you were drawn to the Knight of Swords. We'll see. This might be a message for you to check group number 3. All right. So can I get more cards? Wow. There's a lot happening here. It's almost, the cards are just jumping out. I feel like there's an urgency going on here, but you got the Star. You also got the 6 of Swords. And the 10 of Wands. So let me put this deck aside and let me draw some more cards for you from the Light Seers Tarot for group number 1 message. There seems to be an urgency in your message. Message for group number 1. Ten of Swords. All right. Can I get one more from the Light Series Tarot, please, for group number 1? One more card, please. Can I get one more card? Can I get one more card? Ace of Wands. All right. Let's see what all this means. There is quite the story going on with you, group number 1, and it not might all be pretty and sunny and shiny and roses right now. And I realize that you chose the Death card, which might also psychologically reflect where you are a little bit mentally right now. But you got a lot of swords. In swords and wands, it's actually the majority of your reading. Not to mention the major arcana card of Death. The major arcana card of Death, I need to explain to you, even though I'm going to read it at the end, that Death represents us cycles in life. If there's no death, there's literally no way to begin anew. Your actual oracle reading or tarot reading for that card says that if there is no death, there is no rebirth. But the swords, for me, represent, a lot of the cards that you got represent some sort of conflict happening. The conflict that is happening within. And because it is happening within, it's beginning to manifest, or it has already manifested in your life externally. You might find yourself in a rut. You might find yourself in difficult situations, or a difficult situation, one or multiple, in multiple aspects of your life. And swords, the suit of swords represent thought. And it's interesting because the little rant that I gave at the beginning of this reading was about the way we are attached to our thoughts. I wasn't actually bitching about a Facebook post and how people were attacking me or whatnot. I'm actually trying to put out a message right now into the world, and perhaps it's coming through this reading. You really must start to examine your thoughts. You really must separate yourself from your thoughts. You really must separate yourself from your beliefs They are not part of you. You are not them. So let's begin with the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords, as you can see, is a person who is right in the middle of battle, it seems. There's conflict going on. There's defeat in the background. So you might find yourself a little bit sulking in victimhood, feeling the energy of defeat. Now, having said that, you haven't put your swords down just yet. Not that I'm urging you to, but perhaps re-examine the situation that you find yourself in and the reason you find yourself in conflict, and what is this energy of defeat? Is it true? Are you truly defeated? Or should you perhaps put your swords down and examine the situation from a different perspective? Look at it from a different angle. Challenge the ideas and the thoughts that are going through your mind right now. The story is not over yet. The conflict is not over yet. And you're still standing, and you still have energy for battle. Not that I'm urging you to go through a battle, but is this battle within, or is this battle without? Where is this battle? You're being urged here to look, to really, really look. If there's another perspective that you can gain from whatever the situation is, this conflict that you are in, perhaps that's the message, that you need to possibly gain a different perspective. Even if there is a loss, put down your swords and accept the loss. And that's actually part of your reading as well, which is death. Because nothing new will come by continuing to hold on to the old. Be it a person, be it a situation, be it a thing, and engaging in significant conflict to continue to hold yourself in that situation which is no longer serving you. Perhaps you might want to accept the loss. Lay down your swords. Pick up what's left. Move on. Re-examine and build anew. That's just what's coming through. And then you have the Six of Swords, which follows quite well with the Five of Swords. Because the Six of Swords is, as you can see, people leaving on a boat, leaving something behind. They've packed up and they're moving on. So not to tell you that you've been defeated and you gotta run. That's not it. That's actually not it at all. It's more of accepting, letting go, releasing the need to fight, releasing the need to control, and perhaps allowing the universe to show you the way forward right now. It will give you peace. It will give you resolution, and it will probably lead you towards a new beginning that is so much better than whatever it is you find yourself in right now that is so unpleasant. So yeah, that's the Six of Swords. It's essentially a message of time to let go, time to move on to better, brighter things, even though you might not be sure, even though there might be a little bit of worry and fear. Release those energies. Trust the universe. This is the time right now to trust the universe. The universe is essentially your higher self. This is the message that is coming from your higher self that is really, really urgent from the way the cards flipped out. Whatever the situation is, the stuckness is in here. The stuckness is here. Let it go. Let it all go. The universe has so much more for you. But the universe also wants to meet you halfway, right? You sort of have to pack up. As you can see, the child and the person there, they have stuff on their boat. They've packed up and they're moving on. And the universe is going to meet you halfway to amazing things. Okay? All right. And then we have the Knight of Swords. Because, it's not enough all the swords you got. You got to get the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is action. So now that you've accepted that the situation is not resolving to whatever it is that you've wanted, lay down your swords, but you're also going to take action, though not be it in conflict, but action more in resolution, in moving forward, in gaining a new way of life. You see, they're charging here, so there's a little bit of excitement going on for whatever it is new that is headed your way. There is strength, there is determination, there is almost like an energy of, okay, I'm done with the past, I want to move on now, and I'm really excited about this. So get excited about your life. End the chapter, close it, move on, and charge on with your new life. And have that energy of excitement. The universe is waiting. And then you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords came out through the Light Seers Tarot. And as you can see, it's a person walking away from something, whatever it is. They've turned their back completely on this thing and they've moved on. And they're walking towards a light, if you can see. Very, very bright light. Even though the crows, which to me signify thought, are hovering still, and then they're trying to attack and they're trying to pull you back. These thoughts, these beliefs into whatever it is that you're walking away from, you are determined and you're moving on and you're like, no more. I see something better. I see a bright future. And that's where I'm headed. And that's the Ten of Swords. Though the energy is not as exciting as the energy of the Knight of Swords, this is more of a determined energy and a quiet, resolved energy, though there might be a little bit of, I don't know, sadness, but this energy is still not looking back. The sadness will fade away, all right? Focus on the light that is in front of you. The universe is calling you. And then you have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands, as you can see, is sort of someone carrying a really heavy load, but they're almost there. As you can see, there's a town ahead in the distance, and they're just almost there, the final step of carrying this heavy load until they reach their destination, where they will be greeted by people, where they will get relief from whatever it is, this burden it is that they have been carrying. So it's almost an energy of push further, just a little bit more. The universe is urging you a little bit more. Don't get weighed down by the wands that you're carrying. Don't let your thoughts drag you down. All right? Push further, continue with the energy of determination, and remember this energy of excitement for whatever it is that lays ahead in the distance here for you. There's a theme in your cards. There's something ahead of you. You don't see it yet. You see perhaps the mirage of it, or just the facade of something, or it could be just something that you're thinking about. You're being nudged to move forward. Whatever it is that you're not 100% sure of, continue to move forward. There is a promise of greatness, of success, and of happiness for you. And then you have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands represents to me consciousness, enlightenment, an enlightened person. It's almost as if the universe is trying to communicate with you here. I wonder if you need to do a little bit of third eye chakra healing or clearing. But there's definitely creativity within you, and the spark is about to ignite. And it's going to help you move forward in your life. There's a passion within you. And the universe is trying to show you that that passion or that creative outlet or that little spark that you might be hiding away from people and even denying yourself it, that is the way forward for you. So if you have any hobbies, if you have anything that you enjoy doing, anything that people have poo-pooed, just the same way that people poo-poo me and call me a witch, it's almost like the universe is like lighting it up for you and telling you, don't stop. Don't dim your light for others. Continue. Continue. That idea, that spark is important right now. And I wonder if that is the spark that is going to ignite the light that you see here. That is your future. That is the light that you're headed towards. So whatever it is you're stifling within yourself that you love, something that you love, something, find it again. Connect with it again. Find a way to ignite that spark. And perhaps a little bit of meditation and third eye chakra or even crown chakra healing might help. And finally, you have the Star, which is a major arcana card. The star signifies your connection with the universe, that you are the universe, that you are source, that you are made of stardust, and that you are one with it all. So don't put yourself down. Don't let others put you down. Don't let others stifle your essence, because you're made of stardust. And the universe is giving you a big, big hug right here and telling you to continue to follow your passion. And that passion is what connects you to the universe and what is going to lead you to the greatness, to uncover the greatness that you are. Sort of like a star bright, what is it? Starlight, star bright, the first star I see in the night. That's your wish. Follow it through. Whatever ignites your heart, whatever ignites your soul, follow it through, because it's the way for you. And this is major, major arcana, meaning your life is going to shift. This is a very empowering card, by the way. The Star. All right. Now, let's get to the main card that got you here, which was a little bit of a scary card, by the way. If you can see, this is the Death Owl coming for the two owls, or the baby owls that are dead. But I'm going to read it for you from the guidebook. The Death Owl is not who you think he is. He is not here to eat the owls. He is here to help the souls of the owls transition into their next life. This is the owl of endings and rebirth. He is here to celebrate and honor the life that the owls have lived and to guide them out of their physical bodies. Death might bring sorrow to some, but it is a natural part of life. The lesson the Death Owl brings is that endings are part of the life cycle, because the world and our lives are always changing. New life appears as part of the process. If there is no death, there is no rebirth. In order to emerge as a new person, you need to let go the parts of you that no longer serve your future vision. What do you have to put to rest and release so that you can transform into the person you want to be and live the life you want to live? Share it to the Death Owl and shed the person, place, or thing that is keeping you stuck. Big change is happening. Surrender to it and you'll transition into the next evolution of life with ease. I think that pretty much sums it up for you, group number 1. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I do hope it resonated even a little bit. Feel free to leave a comment, and I'm going to be adding my Patreon at the end of this video, as well as putting it in the description. Thank you for being here. Hello, group number 2. If you chose this card, welcome to your reading. I'm gonna put this card aside, probably read it maybe later on at the end, possibly, of your reading. But let's begin shuffling cards for you. We're going to be starting with the Dark Mansion. Oh wow, that did not take long at all. You got the 2 of Cups. What a beautiful energy. All right, message for group 2. There is a lot of urgency today. This came out, 6 of Swords. This came out for group number 1. So there might be a message for you in group number 1. All right, let's see what else you got. Message for group number 2, guidance from the universe right now. Wow. Knight of Cups. There seems to be themes for today. Themes. I don't want to talk too soon, but let's see what other guidance for you, group number 2. Guidance for group 2. Can I get more cards for... Oh! What's this? Strength. Strength is a major arcana card. All right, let's put these aside and let's shift over to the Lightseer's Tarot and see what guidance comes through for group number 2 from the Lightseer's Tarot. There has been a bit of an urgency in the messages coming through, but let's see. Message from the universe for group number 2. Oh wow. You got another major arcana card, which is the Hermit. I don't know why, but the number 9 really stood out for me here. I mean, of all your cards. So this is a major arcana card, but also the number 9 is here. And then you have the 8. The 8 of Pentacles. The 8 is also an interesting number. All right, let's see what all this means. There's a fascinating story here. So let me tell you your story, and we'll see if it resonates with you or not, and if it can help guide you during whatever it is you're going through right now, but you're going through a transition. Let me put it to you in simple terms. There is something that is challenging you right now and might have been challenging you for a while, and it seems to me that you are in the process of, if not physically, then at the very least emotionally and mentally, packing up and leaving whatever the situation is. It could be a matter of the heart, it could be a place, it could be a job, it could even be a home that you are moving away from. And if you haven't checked out physically of whatever it is this situation is, be it a love, a relationship, be it a partnership, be it a job, be it a place, you've mentally checked out at the very least. And it seems to me that the journey for you has begun. To move away from whatever it is this was or this still is, and possibly beginning at creating a new path for yourself that might lead you to a different way of life, different people, a different place, different job. But you've definitely, or at the very, you might even be considering packing up and leaving. But this signifies a journey into something new and leaving the old behind. That's what this card signifies, which is 6 of Swords. It could even be thoughts or a pattern that you've recognized in yourself and that you've decided to no longer engage in, and to possibly, instead of taking the same path, the same way, the same resolve that you always default on in your life with whatever the situation is, you are looking at tackling it in a different manner, which is going to lead you to a different path than repeating sort of the same cycle and being stuck in the same patterns. It could mean something other than a relationship, a love, a job, something physical. It could also mean mentally you have decided to do things differently for yourself and to let go of stories, to let go of old ways, to let go of patterns that no longer serve you. And then you have the beautiful card, which is a major arcana card, and that is Strength. It seems to me this is the energy that you need to embody right now. It might be even the energy that is presenting itself to you here right now, which is humble strength. Not in your face, I'm angry, I'm gonna do this. Not that kind of strength. Strength that is very grounded, very humble, very compassionate, and you know your boundaries, and you are going to enforce these boundaries without necessarily hurting anyone or lashing out at anyone. It is a strength of knowing yourself, and through knowing yourself, making people aware and realize who you are as well. If somebody is violating your boundaries, you're going to gently nudge them. You don't have to rip their head off. That's not the energy that is here. And it seems to me that whatever it is, this situation that you're navigating, be it internal, and I've set this in pile number 1 as well, whatever the situation is reflecting to you in your outside world, it is inside that the work that needs to be done. And this is the energy that is required. It is the energy of knowing who you are, knowing yourself, and trusting in yourself, and not being afraid of people or things that are around you that might be trying to scare you, and not reacting to them either. The number 8 is really, I need to point out the number 8. You've had it twice in your reading, and in one of the tarot decks that I love, Strength, the female that is on top of the lion, indicating some sort of gentleness, has an infinity symbol somewhere on her, I believe on her arm. And I'm very connected to the number 8 and the infinity symbol, and I wonder if they represent something for you as well. I don't know, maybe your life path number is number 8. Maybe something, a resolution is going to come through to you and it's going to appear in the number 8 somehow. So look for that number, or at least for that symbol, which I wear. I've pointed it out multiple times, by the way. But yeah, Strength, Infinity, and the number 8. And then you have the number 9, another major arcana card. So Strength is major arcana, meaning if you follow through with this energy, major life transformation is happening and will happen for sure. And then you have Hermit mode, And I do have to say something. These two cards, there's a lot of energy surrounding you. There's a lot of energy being emitted from you, almost as if you carry a light. And I wonder if you need to harness that light, that power, that strength for a little bit. The Hermit, as you can see, has gone off on his own or her own. Don't worry about male or female. These cards represent energy. So there might be a period of healing that is coming up for you, or you might already be in it. A lot of us were isolated over the past few years, and we're sort of placed, I call it, we were placed in a timeout, but it is essentially hermit mode. The Hermit is wise. The Hermit has done the internal work, or is in the process of doing the internal work, which requires a lot of strength and being sympathetic with those around you, empathetic, and as well as having those qualities for your own self. So there's, as you clear your traumas, as you clear your energies, and as you clear whatever these patterns and old ways of being are, and leaving them behind, you're going to allow these blockages to move away and allow your light to shine through. You're going to become a guiding light for others, which is beautiful and amazing, and it's going to be uplifting, as you can see here in the card. Not only will it uplift you, it will uplift those around you that you influence in your life, even without knowing. People will see that light and will become very attracted to you. You will literally become a magnet as you let go of these old ways of being and allowing new ways to come in, which might even mean new people. So that's another major arcana card, meaning massive life shifts and massive life changes. The other strong message that is coming through in your reading is patience. By the way, this is the 8 of Pentacles, so the number 8 again. The energy is coming out through you, but yet you're sitting there being very, very patient. There's a lot of projects that you are involved in, but there's also sort of a candle, almost like you're watching the candle calmly and quietly as it's just melting, and you're witnessing the light. But the light is also sort of transforming you. And you are beginning to emit the light. You are beginning to emit that energy as you continue patiently to do your internal work, because the Hermit is not in a hurry. The Hermit has a very calm, patient, almost slow energy about them. So whatever it is you are waiting for, the guidance here is don't rush it. They just don't. The more you introduce resistance into anything that is unfolding for you in your life right now, or anything that you are trying to manifest, the more you block it. So the guidance here is to sit back, do your internal work, do your healing patiently, lovingly, with sympathy and empathy and understanding that the universe has your back and that you are the universe. And the more you wait patiently with trust and faith, the more you allow the light to shine through you, the more you magnetize yourself, the more you attract everything it is you want. So that's the guidance in the 8 of Pentacles. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest in this material realm, it seems to me that it's a love, a relationship, or some sort of stability in this material realm. It's headed your way, but the advice is don't rush it. Don't rush it. If there's someone you're trying to flirt with, flirt and be patient and be quiet, and don't expect anything. Let things just come to you, but do your own thing as well, because you are a magnet. You are the Knight of Cups. You wear your heart on your sleeve and it shows. And people love that about you, but you might have been hurt. People might have abused that in the past. Don't let that energy dampen you. Okay? Remain the Knight of Cups. Remain transparent and loving of people. Emit that energy. But the Knight of Cups, by the way, is in no rush. The Knight of Cups just simply emits that love, that passion, that attraction, and they are sort of just doing their own thing. They don't necessarily chase anything, but they know what they want, and they're willing to wait for it. And with that, we get the conclusion of the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is love. As you can see, something bubbling, some companionship, a partnership. Even the two worms inside the apple, I don't know if you can see them. They found each other in the very small space of the apple, and they've made it their home, a loving home. And they are completely captured with one another because they finally were able to find each other, and they're living in harmony, and they're living in peace, and they're living in joy. What a beautiful, beautiful energy. So I wonder if that is something that you are trying to manifest in your life. And I just told you the steps that you need to take in order to manifest. So now let's get into your main tarot card, which I used as an oracle that got you here. And I'm going to read it to you from the guidebook. It is the Knight of Pentacles. All is good in the realm. This knight from the Parliament of the Pentacles is making her daily rounds. She sweeps the forest for anything unusual and reports back to the court. She prefers walking instead of flying so that she can take her time on her patrol. One of the most enjoyable tasks assigned to this knight is categorizing all the details of the land during her rounds and sharing this information with the map makers. Slow and steady flights win the race. Being intentional with all your decisions will help you reach your goals faster than racing to the finish line. Focus on the present moment and what you are experiencing right now instead of getting too ahead of yourself and missing steps. You should know the lay of the land and all the details before you take flight. That pretty much sums up your reading. Slow and steady wins the race. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your life right now, you're being urged to be steadfast. That's a nice word to describe the Knight of Pentacles about it. Be patient, have faith, and trust. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and let me know in the comments if it resonates. You're going to find my Patreon linked in the description. Hello, group number 3. If you chose this card, the Knight of Swords, welcome to your reading. I will put it aside and we'll probably get to it as we conclude your reading. So let's start with the Dark Mansion Tarot and pull some cards for you. Let me put my glasses on. For group number 3, message. Okay, all right. What do we have? This one fell out first. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Can I get more cards? Can I get more cards for group number 3? Message from the universe for group number 3. More cards for group number 3. Wow, that kind of just gently fell. Judgment. Okay. Whoa. I've said it in all my readings today. There's an urgency. So, I don't know. Take it as it resonates, I guess. But you got the 7 of Pentacles. Definitely a theme going on here for you. So let's use the Light Seers Tarot and pull some cards from here as well. And see. Message from the universe for you, group number 3. Yep. Justice. Major Arcana card. Major Arcana card. You got Judgment and Justice. One more card for you, group number 3. Message from the universe. Message from the universe for you, group number 3. Message for you, group number 3. 10 of Wands. All right, let's see what all this means. There has been an interesting theme in each of today's readings. So your theme seems to be Pentacles. Let's start with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a lovely energy of patience. And I think I said it in group 2, but also an energy of being steadfast, of knowing that the fruit of your labor is about to manifest, and having absolutely no qualms and no issues with waiting. There is a faith here, there is a knowing, there's a trust here that everything that you've gone through, all the work that you have done is about to give you the fruit that you deserve, and that you're about to manifest the fruit of your labor. And there is absolutely no rush here. This is an energy of being patient and just knowing, not knowing from ego, but knowing from within, knowing that you are a manifester and that everything that you've been working so hard and diligently for is coming, and you have no problems in waiting a little bit more for it to manifest, because it's gonna be amazing. So this is you knowing that whatever it is that you've been working hard for is headed your way, and you're okay to wait because it's worth it. It's worth the wait. So that's the energy here. And then you also have the 7, interestingly enough, of Pentacles, which is, it resonates quite well with the first card, which is the Knight of Pentacles. This is a person who has planted their seeds, and they're looking after them with joy, and they water them, and they take care of them, and they nourish the soil because they love the process, and they're in no rush, and they give everything that they have with joy in order to bring up the fruits that they desire. So these are the pentacles that you've planted, and this is you looking after them with pride and joy, and knowing that it's all about to manifest for you, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So have faith. Don't allow energies of resistance, energies of lack, energies of self-doubt to come in now. All right. Then you have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is holding a pentacle in her hand. She is certain, she is sure, she is surrounded by greenery and abundance and everything of beauty and luxury. And this is a wonderful energy, and it follows the first two cards. So this is where you're heading. You're heading towards abundance. Whatever it is you've been trying to manifest in your reality, soon before you know it, you're going to be holding it in your hands, and you're going to be very proud of yourself and of your work, and you are deserving of it. Make no mistake, the universe wants you to have this. So again, any feelings of lack, any feelings of self-loathing or lack of self-worth, dispense of them now. Get rid of them now, because this is you. And you deserve everything. You deserve abundance. You deserve joy. You deserve happiness. You deserve the riches, which you will be soon holding in your hands. So whatever project, whatever work, whatever efforts you have been putting in, it's coming. Definitely coming. And then you have two major arcana cards. You have Justice and you have Judgment, which is very interesting, by the way, because Justice is number 11 and I connect deeply with number 11. So I wonder if you have been seeing the number 11. 1111. Have you? So there's a lot of self-reflection that you have done or that you might be doing right now. And as you self-reflect and as you deal with whatever internal wounds or whatever patterns or whatever stories that you have told yourself, you are shedding. You are shedding the old ways, and you are paving a lovely new path for yourself that is filled with balance, because you can self-reflect. You are one of those people who are able to examine themselves without being triggered, without getting too upset. And as such, you create a balance and harmony within yourself, because you are able to discard of whatever it is that is not working for you and allowing a new way to come through, which gives you a good way of living and examining things, examining thoughts, examining situations, examining people in your life without judgment, without prejudice, without, oh, this always happens this way, so it's happening this way right now. This is a major arcana card. So following through with this energy is going to yield a lovely, beautiful, balanced life for you. And then you have Judgment. Judgment means that as you do your self-reflection and as you shed the old ways, the traumas, the negative energies, the negative patterns, the belief in lack, limiting beliefs, self-loathing, self-hatred, self-judgment, shame, guilt, all of that. When you judge yourself, you judge others around you. When you shed all of these patterns and all of these traumas and all of these ways, and you do your internal work and you heal, you know what happens? You allow your essence to come through. You allow the universe to shine through you, not only shine through you, but work through you as well. And you become the guiding light, not only for yourself, but as well as for others. You allow your true soul essence to emerge and rise, and you no longer stifle it or hold it down. And this is again a major life changing energy, meaning you allow your true self, your authentic self, your true voice, you allow you to finally become unshackled and to shine. And when that happens, everything you want comes. Everything you desire, everything you deserve comes your way. And then we have the Ten of Wands. This has appeared today, I believe. I'm not sure. Group 2, maybe. But the Ten of Wands speaks of lightening your load a little bit. Are you carrying a little bit too much than what you can handle? Don't do that to yourself. Don't. Lighten the load, and you know, a new life is just around the corner, and you just need that extra little final push, and that extra little final push might come by lightening your load. Don't take on other people's problems. Don't take on what isn't yours, not out of selfishness, but out of self-love, out of self-respect, and not bringing yourself down. Focus on yourself right now. Other people who need you to nourish your soul, and focus on you first. You can't fix everything in this world. You can't fix other people's problems. Perhaps take a break. Perhaps stop putting that weight on your own shoulders. Take it easy on yourself. Take some time for self-love. Take some time to self-reflect and shed the old ways that might be weighing you down from proceeding on your path that is going to lead you to this. You wanna come here, because when you're here, you can help. But when you're overloaded, you can't. You can't even help your own self. All right, I feel like that's enough of lecturing. Let's get to the card that got you here, which is the Knight of Swords. All right, let's read the Knight of Swords for you. A big whoosh of air catches you off guard as you see a flash of wings out of the corner of your eye. This is the Knight of Swords making an entrance. This intelligent owl is always on the move, very busy delivering messages and packages for the King and Queen of Swords Parliament. He has a very important job, and he does it well. Not only is he the fastest owl in the realm, but he has also memorized the entire map of both land and sky. You will bring success to your mission if you swiftly take action now. Approach your tasks with intelligence and speed, and follow the winds. There is no need to second guess yourself, for you have trained for this properly, and you know exactly what you need to do to succeed. If you zoom in on your goal and follow the strategy you have in your mind, you will capture the win. This is very interesting because you got the Knight of Pentacles in the beginning. So I wonder if there is, and the Knight of Pentacles is in no rush to do anything. But then the reason you came here is because you chose the Knight of Swords. So there's probably an element of you needing to decipher which energy you need to use when and where. This is speaking more of long term. But then here, there seems to be a situation that suddenly appears that you might need to take swift action on. So follow your gut instinct, all right? Because of the conflicting energies, the choice that you're going to have to make is going to come from within. Don't destroy the fruits of your labor by being impatient and reactive. But yet, if you find yourself in a situation and you know that this is the solution to the situation, then act. All right? Just in case you're wondering, okay, these are the two readings are very different. They're actually not. Follow your instinct. Follow your gut. Follow whatever your authentic self, which you have done the work on, to allow it to come through. Once you do that, you will know, you will be able to decipher what this reading means and when to use what energy. Just wanted to clarify that. All right, group number 3. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope you enjoyed your reading. please feel free to leave a comment. And I'm going to be linking my Patreon in the description. Have a lovely, lovely day.